Hello, everyone. It's Helen Murphy here from the Guysborough Journal newspaper. Today, with our latest report, our video report during the pandemic, we're going to talk with Father Callistus in Guysborough. It's Holy Week, so we want to look at how local clergy are responding to the physical distancing required during the pandemic and how they're meeting the needs of their parishioners during this challenging time. So let's just connect with Father Callistus now. Hello, Father. How are you today?
I'm good. Are you, Helen?
Fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. We're not actually that far in Guysborough, away from each other, but of course, everybody's meeting virtually now. So I appreciate you taking a few minutes to talk to us online.
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
So, Father, most priests nowadays are looking after various parishes. So I know that you're at St. Anne's in Guysborough. What other parishes are you looking after?
Okay, I'm looking after 5 churches. The first one is St. Anne's Parish here, then St. Patrick's, Guysborough Interval,
Right.
St. Thomas, Salmon River Lake, St. Peter's, Larris River, and St. Joseph, Charles Cove. So these are the 5 churches that make up the St. Anne's Parish.
Wow, it's a big area too. And of course, this time of year, not so bad. Wintertime, a little more challenging, of course. So Father, tell us how long you've been doing Mass on Sunday morning for these parishioners using Facebook Live. How long has that been going on?
This has been going on for 3 weekends now. It started on March 22nd.
And how has it been going? Was it a difficult thing to get started? And how have the parishioners been responding to having Mass this way?
Initially, I was battling with whether it will be well received and how the turnout will be. So I was like skeptical at the beginning. But later on, the first day I tried it, I received a lot of positive feedbacks. So that encouraged me to continue with it. So we had thousands of views the first day we did it. So that made me to understand that people will definitely appreciate that. So we went from Facebook to Zoom to combine both of them because not everybody is on Facebook.
Right.
So to get more people connected, we have to combine both of them.
So is it done through Zoom but shared on Facebook? Is that how you're doing the technology of it?
No, I use 2 devices at a time. So I use my cell phone for the Facebook live streaming, and then I use my computer for the Zoom network. So the parishioners will log into will be connected through the Zoom while I live stream it on Facebook.
And how did you know that this was going to be the way to do it? Was it trial and error to find out what was going to be the best way to do it?
No, it's not trial and error. I've seen people live streaming, but you know, there is the saying that necessity is the mother of invention. So when everything came this way, I was thinking, what is the best way to reach out to people in this moment? So we keep trying a couple of things, but I've seen people doing the Facebook live streaming.
Are you seeing other clergy in Guysborough County, the Eastern Shore, in our region, who are trying similar things?
I'm not sure, but I know that in places like Port Hawkesbury, Father Conrad Edward is using it, but in Guysborough here, I'm not aware of any.
Right. And of course, some of the different churches would have more of a centralized location, like in the Catholic Church. I think there is a Mass for shut-ins that's well known, that's been around a long time. So people also have that option, correct?
Correct.
Right. And if you look at just the pandemic generally, Father, that we're dealing with, how do you find the parishioners that you're communicating with regularly, how are they coping with the isolation, being, physically distanced from everyone, being at home most of the time, not having their Mass in person? There are a lot of concerns around mental health issues and how we can cope with this, especially over a long period of time. What are you seeing so far? I think we're probably still fairly early in the pandemic, but what are you seeing so far in terms of how people are coping and how you try to support them?
It is a struggle, and everybody is gradually accepting the struggle. The first thing we have to bear in mind is that this is the only option we have, to stay home. But it becomes a struggle in the sense that, what our community looks like. It is not part of our culture to be isolated. So our culture, this is a community that is closely knit together such that you check on everybody from time to time. So when things change, that you can no longer visit people, you stay indoors, it becomes a challenge, you know. So, but people are really accepting it now, knowing very well that this is the only way we can have our life secured and kept safe.
Right. And I'm sure a lot of your parishioners in these rural communities are, there's a lot of seniors who are living alone and other people in other areas who are living alone. I think that might be one of the most, areas of concern. I know I've seen some efforts online to actually organize people and encourage people to be calling those they know who live alone. Do you see a lot of that reaching out happening now where people are trying to support each other?
Yes, it happens a lot. Uh, there is a project I started this last week, and that is I am trying to compile all the names and phone numbers of all the parishioners from different churches. So I have succeeded in 2 churches, so I want to give everybody a call to find out how they are doing. Because I have also received a couple of calls, people asking me, how are you doing? Do you need anything? So this is what our community is like. Everybody is checking on another, although not being able to see those people in person is always that struggle. We would like to see each other, but at this time it is a challenge, especially to those who have people in their homes, but they cannot visit them physically. You can only hear them from the phone and FaceTime. So it's a challenge.
And I know when you have masses, you always like to wish happy birthday and sing happy birthday to parishioners who are celebrating birthday. And you're trying to keep that going, I guess, by wishing happy birthday to everybody each week that through the virtual mass.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And this is Holy Week, Father. So this is, the most important time in the Christian year. I guess that's a time where people really do have to adjust to not having the routine that they're used to in the church. So Palm Sunday just passed. People aren't getting their palms. I think they'll get their palms sometimes later. People like to have them in their homes. And Good Friday coming up and Easter Sunday. I suppose that you have all of that covered online, do you?
Sure.
Yeah. So, and with the mass schedule in the different churches, you had a different schedule, but now you're getting everybody to come together at one time. Like I think on Sunday mornings, you're doing mass at 10 o'clock. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. And that works okay for everyone?
I think it works okay for the majority of the people. It may not be convenient for everybody, but another good thing is that since we have the live streaming on Facebook, it is there. So somebody can access it at his convenient time.
Right.
Yeah.
And Father, I think that you recently, maybe a few months ago, had a chance to visit your home country of Nigeria. And I assume that when you were in Nigeria, the virus wasn't there yet, I assume. What are you hearing about how it's impacting your home country today?
Currently, I think it is gradually coming in, but it is not as bad as it is in some other countries. Yeah, so we are only praying that it doesn't get that bad. Yeah.
Because of course it's compounded by the poverty and different infrastructure problems. And
yeah, the way people will receive it, it may make a huge impact, on people there more than it can make in some other countries. It might be more devastating.
Yes, exactly. Well, thank you very much, Father, for sharing us how you're doing your work now online, and we wish you the very best for Holy Week and for your parishioners as well.
Oh, thank you so much, Helen.
Bye-bye, Father.
Bye-bye.